Hello Capricorn, this is a timeless reading for you. I'm using my own tarot cards, my medieval oracle cards, and I feel like this is a romantic reading. I don't have romantic readings very often, and most of the romantic readings I had in the past weeks were mostly for Leo, I think. I'm not sure, because I haven't been doing this for too long with these online tarot readings, if for your sign ever something romantic came up before. But this is obviously a romantic reading, you know. I'm not so much into these hyper romantic readings, but romance is a part of our life, and now and then it just also comes up in my readings. So we have the Moon card in the middle of this spread. In my deck, the Moon card is different from the Moon card in other decks. So here it is a very feminine card. It is also a very intuitive card. It's gentle, it's soft, it's motherly. And of course, it can also represent a man's energy, because men can also carry these feminine energies within them. And this card often also reminds me of parenthood, like the moon is in a harmonious relationship with her child, the star in this case. And so for some of you, it could just represent a harmonious family life with your children, with your parents, with your partner, with your cousin, uncle, whoever, or all of them in the best case. But because we have the rose here next to it, the rose is some kind of in a superficial way, you know, the rose always is some kind of symbol for us, for romance, isn't it? Even though in my deck I created it also to represent fragrance, aesthetics, beauty, just the sweetness of life, it can also represent a gift. But it feels romantic, both of these cards together. It could be that at the time when you find this reading, you might tap into a very harmonious kind of relationship, or you might soon tap into that. You might soon meet someone, or you might deepen your current relationship. And it feels to me as if this means some kind of healing to you. This could be a new experience for you. Maybe you have had a lot of negative experiences with romance before. With this magician here, you know, the magician can represent some ambivalence, some kind of, you know, being torn between good and bad forces. And it could be that maybe in the past you saw something good in a person or situation that actually wasn't really good. When someone is manipulating us, and they're just being charming and we think they're a genuine and good person, and later we find out it's not the case, and then we feel bitterly hurt and disappointed. Sometimes then we even blame ourselves for not seeing through that. We also have the snake here. The snake here can also, of course, come up as a negative or positive card. And in the negative sense, like both of these cards together would speak of manipulation, of deceit, falseness. In the positive way, it's some kind of magic, some kind of skill, spiritual gifts, secret knowledge. The snake also speaks of healing, and maybe, you know, the magician also has some healing powers. So those two together can be highly spiritual cards in a negative or positive way. And I feel like in your reading, both cases apply. It seems to me that maybe you have made a lot of experiences, ambivalent experiences with romantic relationships, but this might come to a healing because, you know, the moon card and the rose card, they together, they radiate something so positive, so gentle and sensitive. And when we interpret the moon card as intuitive, it might be that you have developed this kind of deep spiritual knowledge about this kind of ambivalence or manipulation, and that you learn to see through those things earlier. At the top of the spread, we have the mermaid card, and the mermaid card has several meanings in my deck as well, but I am only going into the one that I feel like it applies to your case. The mermaid can speak of unrequited love, or even requited love, but love that cannot be lived out. Like when two people fall in love, and it's unfortunate that we still have that in our world today, that if two people love each other, they cannot come together due to some social settings or standards, due to some certain rules. There's something about that. Maybe the person that you will enter this harmonious relationship with is someone that you have known for a long time and you couldn't. You just couldn't get together because there was something in the way between the two of you. Something was there that blocked it, and this could be healed. For others, this could just mean that this is your past energy, that you often fell in love with the wrong people who just didn't love you back. And by meeting this new person, this old disappointment might be healed, and this could also be some kind of teaching for you. While you already are in the relationship, in this good relationship, that you will then be able to look backwards and see the differences, how this new relationship is and how your old relationships were. And that's, you know, there could just be some kind of a completion regarding this. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the book card, and it just confirms that there is something about learning here as well, your own inner knowledge, your own inner knowing that is being enhanced by this situation. The snake and the book are actually also a very nice combination. Like, this is some very deep spiritual knowledge that could be so profound that it might stabilize something within you that maybe didn't feel stable to you for a long time. So I'm just gonna leave it here because that's just the whole essence of this reading. Thank you so much for watching.